of the feelings inside. I'm feeling defeat and feeling fun in the streets. The system put in place they use to try to stop us. The system put in place that there's always far from where I was. Come run, but I'm still a. Then now I'm done.
Well, we have some rapid fire questions for you. Are you ready? All right, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Vanilla.
Me too. And everybody thinks I'm so weird.
I know, they think I'm boring.
Right, me too.
I'm like, but I don't like chocolate, and strawberry is weird.
Exactly. Okay, what celebrity would you get starstruck over?
Beyonce.
What?
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Moments away, they gather at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. The Lakers taking on the 76ers. For the Lakers, playing at a high level deep into the season, and they're hungry to keep it going tonight. Sixers, Lakers is next.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. Get ready for some explosive highlights. Kenny, just how incredibly athletic are guys in the modern era?
I mean, we've had our guys with their fair share of athleticism, but could you imagine LeBron James playing in his 60s or the 70s or Giannis? Every decade, the athleticism just gets ratcheted up.
Yeah, but you look back at Michael Jordan and the great Allen Iverson, or even further back to David Thompson and Dr. J.
Yes.
Those guys would still be top athletes in the game if they played today.
Time for tip-off as we send it over to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the seven.
Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have for you tonight as we get set to bring you NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, the process in Philly has finally started yielding big results. The Sixers have star players and tremendous fans who stood by them through the lean years, and they're ecstatic at what they're seeing on the court. There are a handful of elite teams in the East, Kevin, but the Sixers are confident they belong with the best of them.
They certainly can. Well done, D.A. Thank you. And here's a look at some numbers for Harris.
And the stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing more on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, and it's made them a lot tougher on D.
And now the Lakers starting group. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. And it's Rondo in at the 1 spot. And for Philadelphia, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Trey Burke is out there with Smith. And it's Richardson in at the small forward position. And coming into this season, questions about whether the Sixers could retain their star players. Well, Greg, they shuffled the decks, but they still have great talent.
Swapping in Al Horford for Jimmy Butler, Josh Richardson for J.J. Redick. The Sixers still in the mix to come out of the East.
Now, here's Burke. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Embiid kicks to Harris. Shot clock at 6. Kuzma pulls it in. And so Green will bring it up for the Lakers. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a feeling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with.
Kuzma kept alive and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And stolen by LeBron. Outside, Davis. Here's Kuzma. Some solid defense from Harris.
Boy, they are frigid right now. I mean, failing to connect on their first 4 attempts.
Smith the pass to Burke. Back to Smith. Pass to Embiid. Left side, Harris. Count it.
You know, Harris has learned how to score despite tough, physical, airtight defense. He's an experienced, versatile scorer.
Now here's James. 29 points for him last game against Brooklyn.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
Here's Green. Misses the 3.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Kuzma with it, picked up by Harris. Floats it up for Davis, and Davis throws it down.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now here's Embiid. 20 points for him last game against Toronto.
And a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
That gives them the lead.
Boy, that's exactly the kind of strength Kuzma has to show, guys. I mean, take that contact, expect it, and still be able to convert. You've got to do that at this level.
Burke looking over the floor. Smith dishes to Burke. Back to Smith. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
A moment now to see the numbers for LeBron James. He's putting up 29 points a game, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And stolen by LeBron. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Davis. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Scouting reports, very detailed, Clark. Talk about the types of insights those scouting reports would reveal about your team and your opposition.
Typically player tendencies and team tendencies. How do they win? What areas are they really strong in? A team being excellent on the glass or tremendous in transition offense or very physical. I mean, just those types of nuggets that you would have for a team and then individual players so that you could try to position them to not be at their best by what you did to counteract them.
Good explanation.
You know, guys, it's crazy to think that Joel Embiid once considered quitting the game. I mean, his first practice at Kansas, a senior dunked on him so hard he went to the coach and said, maybe I should get out of this stuff. Luckily, the coach talked him down, and now we see one of the best in the league.
Rondo kicks to James. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Wow! Are you? Oh, my goodness. Nothing out of the ordinary there for LeBron. I mean, insane athleticism.
The 76ers trail by 5. Burke, the pass to Harris. Here's Embiid. He's covered by Rondo. Embiid against McGee. Here's Harris. A beautiful reverse layup.
Yeah, you know, Harris is an active player. I mean, he's smooth and he's skilled, but he's also a guy that's got some grit and grind to him as well and gets in there and keeps possessions alive.
Now here's James. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. Harris kicks to Burke. Rondo against Harris. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Harris has got 6.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
LeBron passes to Kuzma. Back to James. Passes it to Rondo for the 3. No good. Now the 76ers take it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 3. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
Now here's Embiid. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. There's the pass to Smith. Off target from three-point range. Lakers trail by 3. Here's James. Lays it up off the glass.
You know, LeBron James is so strong and able to finish through contact because of it. You've got to wrap him up. You've got to get him before he gets that ball up in the shooting motion, because contact other than that doesn't bother him.
Now Burke, coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. Smith outside. Back to Burke. Lets it go from deep. Buries the long-range jumper. 5 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
James against Richardson. It's LeBron with the drive. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, they call him the freight train. LeBron James, when he's coming down the court like that, good luck trying to stop him.
76ers have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Pass to Embiid. And James picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Al Horford is checked in for Josh Richardson. And then for Los Angeles, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Danny Green. And it's Alex Caruso in for Rajon Rondo. L.A. has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Mobile and tenacious on the drive. Kuzma. Easy to see how he gets these calls.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the 76ers.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Morris comes in for Joel Embiid, and it's James Ennison for Harris. And then for Los Angeles, Howard comes in for JaVale McGee, and it's Avery Bradley in for LeBron. And Los Angeles guys shooting the ball at a 46% clip to start this game off.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
And Coach Brown, Clark, captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And, you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation, and I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
Now here's Ennis. Puts up a three. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Here's Kuzma. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Smith kicks to Burke. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
From downtown, Morris with the rebound. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Kuzma with the ball. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Lakers have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
And here's Smith. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Burke. Good work there as it goes.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Caruso. Burke covering. Howard, the pass to Kuzma. Smith against Caldwell Pope. 6 to shoot. From the arc. The shot misses. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Here's Ennis. And the rebound goes to Howard.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Bradley finds Caldwell Pope. Howard against Morris. No good from Howard.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
It's stolen by Bradley. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity. Here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
And, you know, I think this is exactly what you want Howard to do. I mean, when somebody's open, show that you're willing to give the ball up.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers, trailing by 2. 1:24 left in the first quarter. Kuzma against Morris. 5 to shoot. Out to Smith. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Lakers shooting 42% to begin this game. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Dishes it to Howard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Ennis on the double team. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
You know, this is where Howard does the most damage. With his height and length and athleticism, how do you guard him inside?
There's 49 seconds left in the first. Smith outside. Back to Burke. Rebound the Lakers.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Bradley. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Burke following the score by Avery Bradley. And that one's good. Burke
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
The Lakers in the lead. Here's Caruso. 11 points for him in that last game against Brooklyn. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Hits it from three-point range.
Very effective at spacing the floor. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has gone from an average outside shooter to a dangerous one.
And that does it for the first quarter. Lakers lead by 5. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball instead of baseball.
Coming from the place where, baseball is what's driven to us every time. I mean, I started playing baseball. I didn't play basketball. I started playing baseball, and, just watching my dad play basketball, I just fell in love with the game. But people were still telling me, they're like, nobody makes it out of here, usually out of basketball. I mean, your dad was a very rare case, and I just believed in it.
Wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is out there with Davis. Then there's Howard. Then there's Bradley, and it's Cook in at the point guard position.
That is the perfect technique to rebound. I mean, he shields his man, kept him behind, and then he's off to the races. Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleek.
Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down to 7 on the bucket from Burke.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Bradley passes to Caldwell-Pope. Kicks to Cook. To the middle, and stolen by Horford. And now here's Ennis, the fast break opportunity. That one falls, coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure, and then get some runouts. And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
Clock at 4. The 15-footer. And it's Davis missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Here's Smith. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Burke. And it's Cook with the ball for the Lakers. Caldwell-Pope finds Davis. Howard against Horford. Caldwell-Pope right side. Passes it to Howard. All sorts of time. Drained for 2 points.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
So it's Philadelphia now. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And the 76ers call time here. Clark, you ever think we'll see a player coach in the NBA again?
I don't think so, Kevin. The role is just so demanding. you know, it requires so much, and there's so much scrutiny now. I don't think you can effectively play and coach in this day and age. No, I don't think you'll see it happen.
Last one we saw was Dave Collins back in the late 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's a long time ago, man.
With the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Horford. Harris comes in for James Ennis, and it's Richardson in for Trey Burke. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And here's Harris from the arc. And the three ball is good. Harris has got 9 points.
Well, there's not much you can do about that, fellas. I mean, Harris is so good at remaining focused, concentrating on the basket, and sticking it to the defense.
James. Oh!
Hey, hey, hey. Woo, woo, wow. And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kevin, there. I mean, I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind him taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
Now, Green. Following the three-point attempt by Josh Richardson. Davis, the pass to McGee. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Cook. And the rejection by Smith. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The 76ers making a switch here. Golden's checked in. The 76ers trail by 4. Smith outside. The pass to Richardson. That shot is off. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Outside, Davis. Cook looking it over. Over in the corner, Green. The three. Smith with the defensive effort.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And the wing jumper offline. Lakers leading by 4. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive. And that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
And guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. I mean, because they have noticeably improved since a year ago.
And he sinks the second.
You talk about LeBron James, he does it all. Defends, scores, rebounds, passes, high IQ, unselfish, a leader off the court as well as on.
Now here's Embiid. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you look at Joel Embiid, Clark, for a player standing 7'2", probably close to 300 pounds. You've got to be impressed with how well he moves out there.
And Kevin, that's the first and most eye-catching thing about him when I watch him, is how nimble he is for his size. And you notice it at the offensive end because he's got great skills and footwork, but defensively, he doesn't pick up a lot of cheap fouls despite having the primary role of rim protector for his team.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 9.
You look at this combination of reach and timing, it makes Embiid a superb shot blocker.
Here's Richardson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Richardson's got his second bucket tonight.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Here's LeBron. Trying to get open as Davis. Nice shot by James. LeBron's got 11.
Boy, LeBron's so strong, so athletic, so smart. I mean, a bunch of his points come when he's driving full speed downhill, and He's impossible to stop.
Here's Smith following the basket by LeBron James. It's Richardson on the wing. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Richardson's got 4 points in the quarter.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
LeBron James on the wing. Left side, Davis. Outside, Green. Pass to Cook. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Clark, a lot of coaches like to run their offense through centers. Any names you can think of who you'd be comfortable running your offense through at that position?
Well, just because I've watched him and loved his game since locking into him, Jokic. Yes. Man, can he pass it. He can shoot it. He can score it inside. He's got such excellent hands and touch. He's at the top of the list. DeMarcus Cousins, big guy that can shoot it and pass it as well. And Marcus Hall is also in that list.
Yeah, you'd feel comfortable with any of those guys holding the ball, distributing the ball, wouldn't you?
No doubt. He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
The drive by LeBron.
Watch out now. And, you know, you come to expect this type of play from LeBron. I mean, he's relentless when he's in attack mode.
Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Smith surveying the D. Pass to Bolden. Richardson outside. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up. Here's LeBron. 76ers getting the bucket. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. On the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Cook. Smith dishes to Richardson. Now here's Embiid. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Markieff Morris is checked in for Philadelphia. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. Right at the free throw line. Here's Davis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And one on Embiid. The Lakers have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. And he can't get the first one.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second. You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Now here's Embiid. Following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Richardson kicks to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Rondo against Richardson.
And always good to see Rondo being active defensively, more than capable of shutting down his man.
Here's Davis, and the rejection by Smith. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
Embiid with it. It's Richardson on the wing. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Embiid, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Richardson outside to stop the drought, and he sinks the layup. Richardson's got 10.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Lakers leading by 3. Here's James, and finished off by LeBron.
And LeBron is a force rolling to the rim. When he's diving inside, he's looking for the punch.
1:30 left to play here in the half. Smith outside. Down low. Embiid. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the 76ers. On Tuesday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Thursday, they'll head out on the road to face the Hawks in Atlanta.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Burke, he's checked in for Zaire Smith. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Alex Caruso. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. Clock at 6. Inside, LeBron passes to Howard. Rebound by the 76ers. Harris has got 4 rebounds in this game. To the paint, and Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
LeBron outside. Here's Howard. Back to Rondo. Caldwell-Pope outside. Beyond the arc. Here's Kuzma. Goes up again. The shot, no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Richardson outside. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. James way outside. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers on top, up 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
I mean, they was important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He ended up with 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
They obviously came in wanting to push the action. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
I was surprised at some of the recklessness. They were scattered, sloppy ball handling, just too many turnovers. It gets back to fundamentals. Forget the highlight reel pass. Make the effective one. Simple bounce pass. John Wooden taught us that in the 40, 30, 50. whenever he was coaching. Just play under control. Simple ball, dude.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Lakers in the lead. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Smith is out there with Burke, and it's Richardson in at the small forward. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half.
And Green is a world-class sniper, laser, an excellent shooter. Great at getting his puppy set on these shots from deep.
Philadelphia's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. On the wing, Harris. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Kuzma's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
The 76ers trail by 7. Burke kicks to Harris. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Harris has got 11.
Harris has really become much more adept at finishing hard shots. Great focus there.
Rondo looking over the floor. And the shot is long. Philadelphia is shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Now here's Burke. He's covered by Rondo. Smith against Green. Shot clock at 6. With a floater, and it's sent back by Howard. And it's the Lakers on the break. The shot's good from Kuzma. 12 points for him.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
And so it's Burke who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. 7-point differential. Smith outside. Fires the 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
James against Richardson. Lobbed up there for Howard, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
The Lakers making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Now here's Rondo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Embiid, the pass to Harris. And Davis sends it back.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
To the inside. It's stolen by Davis. And now here's Davis, the fast break opportunity. James outside. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. There's Green with the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Tobias Harris.
And you look at Harris, he's really improved as a scorer. He's become a go-to option due to how efficient he is putting the ball in the basket.
Now here's Green. He averages about 5 points a game. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Philadelphia has possession. Burke dishes to Richardson. The pass to Embiid. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Jacks up a three. Richardson, no luck. Lakers leading by 4. Here's James. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 19 points for LeBron.
Hard to play better defense than that, guys. But right there, James simply overpowered him.
Timeout called, the 76ers. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
And the 76ers with some changes. Al Horford's checked in for Embiid. Mike Scott comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's Ennis in for Richardson. And then for Los Angeles, JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And Bradley's subbed in for James. Now here's Burke. Horford kicks to Ennis. Just 5 on the clock. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Lakers.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Here's Horford after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Burke the pass to Horford. Lays it up and banks it in. Horford's got his first bucket of the night.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
And here's Bradley from 3. And the Lakers get it back. Davis outside Rondo. Davis against Scott. Davis kicks to Green. Over Smith. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Take a look at the Lakers. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well.
And for the Lakers, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. They had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Green. He's right around 5 points a night, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. You get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Jonah Bolden's checked in for the 76ers. And both free throws good for Davis. The 76ers trail by 8. Burke kicks to Ennis. Pass to Scott. Here's Bolden. Horford with it. Guarded by Green. 6 on the shot clock. And it's off the back rim. No good.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Green's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Now here's Burke. 13 points in the game. Now here's Ennis. He's covered closely. Bank shot, no good. Los Angeles leading by 10. Bradley, no one around him. Off target with his 3. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Horford, and that one drops for him. Horford's got 4 this quarter.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
Now here's Davis. 17 points in the game, and it goes down 2 points. Davis has got the lead back up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Here's Burke. He dishes it to Horford. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got 6 assists now in the game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Now, here's Burke, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Now Burke, 13 points in the game. 6 to shoot, pulls up on the elbow, and Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Lakers working the ball around now. Pass to Rondo. And Green launches it from deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Green's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Lakers. Passes to Horford. Back to Burke. And Rondo sends it back.
Oh, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block.
Now here's Davis. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. And here's Bradley from 3. They get the rebound. Davis kicks to Green. McGee against Scott. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. And here's Ennis. He's got 5. The pass to Burke. Here's Bolden. He's covered by Rondo. Bolden, good. Bolden's got it back down to single digits for the 76ers.
Lovely dish by Columbus's own Trey Burke.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Morris is checked in for Philadelphia. Harris comes in for James Ennis. The Lakers also changing it up. Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Caldwell Pope comes in for Green. And it's Alex Caruso in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Caruso down low and stolen by Horford. And they're on the break. Here's Harris. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Yeah, the effort and willingness to get out and run like that on the fast break endears Harris to his coaches, I'm sure.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Davis dishes to Howard. And Davis can't get it to go.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
Great timing and recognition as Howard is able to go up for the alley-oop.
The 76ers trail by 8. Pass to Harris. Tries again. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And with this opportunity, we can show you this season's top shot blocking team. The Lakers number 1. The 76ers third.
And these teams have both hung their hat on their defense, especially in the paint. We're looking at 2 of the premier shot blocking teams in our league.
Josh Richardson's checked in for Jonah Bolden.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Caldwell Pope passes to Davis. Back to Caldwell Pope. Here's Caruso. To the middle. Howard kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drills the three-pointer. Caldwell Pope's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
1:27 left in the third quarter. Here's Burke. He's got 13. Pass to Harris. Horford trying to free himself up. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Harris.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Howard determined to punish the rim and scare off defenders when he gets inside. Watch out now.
And it's Burke with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. 50 seconds left in the third. Passes it to Richardson. The tray. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
And there it is for him.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
Lakers leading by 9. Now here's Bradley. And there's the pass to Caruso. Davis against Morris. Caldwell Pope outside. Pass to Caruso. Launches a 3. Up in time. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Los Angeles, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Back right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The 76ers trail by 9. Taking a look at Los Angeles. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Howard. And it's Caruso in at the point. Richardson against Kuzma. Now here's LeBron. Not a lot of room. Over Richardson. Another shot. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
You know, Howard, a physical and muscular, authoritative big guy who intimidates most nights. His physicality, very impressive.
Now, here is Morris. Richardson with it. And Embiid throws it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Now the 76ers on the break. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Tobias Harris. Harris against LeBron. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Par for the course for James. I mean, he forces his man to overcommit, gets the bucket, and draws the foul.
Free throw good, LeBron.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now here's Richardson. And stolen by Howard. James against Harris. And Kuzma slams it in.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
The 76ers trail by 13. Smith outside. Kicks it out to Richardson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And that's 15 points for Josh Richardson.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
James looking it over. Pass to Caruso. On its way from Caldwell Pope for two. And again, it's the Lakers. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Richardson kicks to Smith. The feed to Embiid, and he makes that one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
He's as impressive an athlete as you'll find at his size. Dwight Howard utilizing that mobility to get through the heart of the defense.
The 76ers trail by 12. Richardson outside. LeBron against Harris. Over LeBron. Misses off the right iron. The Lakers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Lakers working the ball around now. Kuzma passes to James. Five on the clock. Back to Kuzma. Can't hit that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Smith outside. Now Richardson back to Smith. Feeds it to Embiid. And he just jams it right over Dwight Howard. Oh my goodness.
Boy, this big guy, Joel Embiid, is a center with an awesome dunking arsenal.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And the 76ers making a change here. Scott's checked in. And then for the Lakers. Green, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Alex Caruso. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, during that last timeout, I listened to Frank Vogel talk to his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
Now, here's Richardson. Wide open. And it's Smith finishing it off. Smith! And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Embiid.
Well, he is going to the line, but that's not a bad play by the defense. I mean, you just can't let LeBron run free. I think you're always better off making him earn it at the line.
First free throw is good. No good on the second free throw. Mark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or a max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure. Boy, he's doing everything he can. At this point, the rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Here's Smith. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And finished off by LeBron.
You know, part of being an outstanding point forward like LeBron is mastering the pick and roll. And trust me when I say it now, he masters the pick and roll.
It's stolen by Green. Here's Kuzma, and Kuzma slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Trey Burke's checked in for the 76ers. On defense, the Lakers. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Passes it to Harris. Over LeBron. The 76ers with another miss. Lakers have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch.
Oh, I love this from Kuzma. When he attacks with this kind of ferocity and confidence, watch out. Hide and protect the children.
And here are the 76ers now. Burke kicks to Harris. Takes the 13-footer. Almost, but it rolls out.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for Dwight Howard. Free throw drops for James.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Timeout called the 76ers.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And, Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Burke can't get it to go.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now here's Burke. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor. Los Angeles leading by 17. Rondo kicks to Green. No good on the triple.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Richardson, no luck.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Lakers passing it around. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Shot's good. Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
And, guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Now here's Burke. Floats one, and Davis sends it back. The drive by LeBron. Excellent defense there from Smith. And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he's able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Here's LeBron after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Now the pass to Davis, and Davis throws it down.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down, and he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
The 76ers trail by 20. Burke, the pass to Smith. A On the wing, Harris, guarded by Kuzma. Harris dishes to Embiid. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Boy, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
Burke finds Embiid. Back to Burke. Okay, changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things. Incidents on the floor or off the floor.
Well, I think there's a place for fines and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories. But I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
Now here's Embiid. Burke, the pass to Harris. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got 9 assists now tonight.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Inside, again, Los Angeles.
Boy, really solid passer at his position. Kuzma is all about doing what's best for the team.
So it's Philadelphia now. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Knocks it loose. And here's Smith. Clock at 6. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And the 76ers making a change here. Horford's checked in and finished off by LeBron.
LeBron James knows the meaning of the word layup, but he's much more interested in throwing it down when he can.
Here's Richardson.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And in a 2-game season series, you always want to take charge of game 1, and exactly what they're doing here tonight against the Sixers.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Davis.
Well, he was swatting shots all game long, really owned the defensive end and got a ton of blocks and really protected that rim.
And here is James. After Tobias Harris getting his shot to go from deep, Davis kicks to Rondo. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to LeBron. There's the dish to Rondo. Back to LeBron. And the 3 off target. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. To the paint, Harris. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
And here's Rondo. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you later.